pay up or watch your paycheck go down.
For the record, we will all file bankruptcy and we will all go back to school. You're not getting a dime from us.
Did you know that we're gonna have to pay back our student loans now? Like, we're...
I owe about $150,000 in student loans. I got 2 degrees. So y'all mean to tell me y'all gonna garnish my check?
Student loans.
I do.
How much?
I'm not paying them.
You're not?
No.
I got a BAG, but guess what though? You gotta pay that motherfucking loan back.
I really was not finna pay them people their money. Like, seriously.
I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch.
Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Like,
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety.
This is Drew, and welcome back to Real Talk Media One. Today we're going to be discussing all these student loans that's out there, especially ones that these women have taken out and they're not even using the degree to actually earn any money. And on top of that, they're saying, hey, I'm not paying it. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? I'm just not paying. I don't care about no credit. I don't care about none of that. Let's talk.
Like 40,000 in debt. So now I've got it down to like 25.
I don't even want to look at it because I haven't even did it since then. They be like, you gotta pay, baby. I only got $100 for you.
Oh my God.
Wait, so you mean to tell me we really have to pay back student loans? Honestly, who agreed to let 18-year-olds take out a loan?
Now let's look at this thing. Now, this lady sat there talking about, well,
you know, I wouldn't be 18 years old make y'all think y'all should, give us loan, think we're going to pay it back. You wasn't saying it when you were signing the paper, like, give you the money. Come on now.
Now, why are you not paying them?
Because why would I?
Like if it starts back up, if none of them are forgiven.
I mean...
You'll just not pay them?
Yeah.
So minimum monthly payments come in, you owe us $300, you're just...
Yeah, yeah.
And that hurts your credit, you don't care?
Yeah.
It might go to collections and people could come after you and potentially sue you. You do not care.
No.
I got to be honest with you on this one. This one sounds to me like these women are thinking some man's going to come in and save them or somebody's going to come in and pay it for them. They're a little bit too blasé about, taking all this money, but then don't want to pay it back. But let's go.
Studies show Black women are the most educated group in the U.S., and according to the National Center for Education Statistics, they have more student debt, $39,000 on average for undergraduate education. The average for student debt in America is nearly $29,000.
But the guy was talking about, yes, a lot of these women are getting more education, no doubt. And I don't have no problem with that. As long as you're going to make some money out of it, pay your debts back. Just keep your promise on what you said you was gonna do. You're a person that stays in school and all you're doing is just keeps taking out a whole lot of student loan with no intention of paying it back. And then at some point you're gonna expect somebody to step in and either forgive these loans or some man to come in and marry you and take on this debt. I just don't think it's fair, but let's go.
So yeah, I made a video about me owing student loans, right?
Oh Lord.
I owe about $150,000 in student loans. I got 2 degrees. I got a bachelor's in biology and I got a master's in secondary education.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm a PhD.
Okay.
With an endorsement in clinical mental health counseling, right? So y'all mean to tell me y'all gonna garnish my check?
Now, we gotta stop right there for a minute. Look how this woman is talking, how she's kind of just blasé, just don't give a darn about this. Sorry as day old dishwater. This woman right here, what was she doing in college in the first place? I don't understand why a person like this with this kind of laid back attitude, no go-getter personality or whatnot, why was you even in college in the first place?
I'm trolling, right? I made that video last night. I never knew it was so many negative people that would comment on that video. I feel like my video reached the wrong side of TikTok. Like, just laugh. I'm not mad about it. I haven't paid these years in over 4 years.
Oh, Lord.
After I graduated in 2021. You think I'm worried about it now? If they get it, they don't know. I ain't working in my degree.
You heard what she just said. She's not working in a degree. She's not going to pay it back. Do you honestly think this would be the type of woman that don't even keep her promise? This be the same woman want to get married, want you to say, I do, and come take on these bills. You honestly think if a woman like this went in there, got useless education and whatnot, took all this money and got no intention of paying it back, you honestly think that she's going to honor her vow to you if you were to take this woman on in marriage? Ha! I don't think so, but let's continue.
Because I put my kids first.
I'm sorry. This is a statistic that I thought was worth mentioning. Gender, race, and student loan debt. It says that Black women graduate with an average of $37,558 of student loan debt on average, compared to $22,000 owed by women overall and $18,000 owed by men overall. What that basically means is these women are racking up twice the amount of debt as the average man doing the same amount of time as far as these college years or whatnot. They're racking up twice the debt. And then it says that women take an average of 2 years longer than men to pay off their student loan. Now, that would seem to make sense since they tend to owe twice as much. So that part doesn't really make a difference. But my thing is, with all this student loan debt, all this money that you're borrowing, you should be at least be able to, earn a living out of it, once you get through. But let's be real. This woman right here, who's going to hire her? Degree or not degree, with that type of attitude, just laid back, I don't give a darn about nothing. Who's going to hire somebody like that and entrust them, with sensitive information in a big company or whatnot that's trying to earn money? Not many, I can tell you that now. Probably none.
I got a job that's going to accommodate my kids' schedule.
Oh my God.
But I was trolling. I thought it was funny. I'm not mad about it.
And this woman got a bunch of kids already. And if you take this woman on, you already hear what she's saying. You got to take on that student debt. I mean, who's trying to sign up for this? Only a fool, if you ask me.
If you paid your student loan, kudos to you. You want a cookie?
Ha! Oh my God.
And to be honest, I feel like most of y'all that paid y'all student loans use y'all social media money. Y'all not taking no money out y'all worksheet to pay these doggone loans back. The interest on these loans ain't nothing but probably 7% or less. I'll pay my credit card out before I pay a doggone student loan. It'll get paid when it get paid. They in the firm, I think I'm good. But y'all too serious in the comments. I don't even turn my comments off. I don't want to turn these off because y'all really doing too much.
Now you heard this woman. She said she'll pay her credit cards off before she pay her student loan. My thing is, how you gonna do that when you probably got bad credit? Especially what's getting ready to happen now when they start garnishing wages and busting up your credit score or whatnot, slash you down to the 400-500 credit score, which basically you can't buy anything with that because that's showing a history of you not holding to your obligation, not keeping your word. That's really what this is all about. When you give your word, you do everything you could possibly do to keep it. Not just start having a bunch of kids as soon as you get out of college so you can start getting some more money from the government. That was supposed to be a situation where you can leave college, go get a decent job, and start paying that loan back like you promised.
For the record, we will all file bankruptcy and we will all go back to school. You're not getting a dime from us.
You hear that?
I have 3 degrees.
Oh my God.
I'll go get another one. I'm a Black woman. Black women are the most educated populace on this planet.
Oh my God.
Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch.
We go to bed, wake up, and decide, okay, we're bored. Let's go get another degree. Are you kidding me? I will take 2 to 3 credits per semester, per year, until the next administration gets here and figures this all out.
Now, did y'all hear what this woman just said? She said, hey.
We'll let the next administration figure out we're going back to school. We'll sign up if I'm a Black mama. I can go ahead and get as much money as I can possibly get wasted.
Because most of these women are not using it, to start some type of business or going to corporate America and make any type of real money to be able to pay this money back. To me, it's almost like another food stamp type scam where, you're just trying to find a way that you can hustle the government for more money and not have to work.
I got a PhD, but guess what, though? You got to pay that motherfucking loan back.
Are you paying minimum monthly payments on these? What's
I have
happening?
never made a payment.
Are payments required currently?
I think they are. They started, I believe, last year. You see, I graduated in 2019. COVID happened right afterwards. So we didn't have to pay for 2 years. I was in deep.
You let them know you're in deep. You ask for deferral, or you ask to be put on an income-based repayment. We don't just not pay them. They will garnish your wages. They will fuck you.
I was waiting for Biden to forgive them.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He's gonna get it.
No, he's not. The Supreme Court said no.
I have hope. Maybe Trump will find it in his heart to forgive us.
I'ma take out an extra 30,000, extra 25,000, just so I can say I'm a doctor, or I'ma go to school and get my bachelor's and master's in gender understanding.
And as you can see, this situation here is not just our women. This is just women, period. That word just basically, to me, doesn't seem to mean much of nothing. They go in for all these useless degrees, that can't make any money. Man, they've already done studies to show, which degrees are pretty much useless. And you're talking about things like communication, liberal arts, ethnic studies, religious, culinary arts, fashion design, philosophy, sociology, fine arts, and the list goes on. But these particular type of degrees are not things that you're going to go out here and be able to turn them into a lucrative type of situation. It's just, most of the time, it's just not happening.
You're not getting a dime from me, Donald Trump. Because see, what you don't understand, while you are trying to crush the middle class and destroy the lower class, we're thinking 10 steps ahead of you. You've been wanting that degree, go get it now. If you've been wanting that second or third degree,
you hear that?
Go sign up now. Sign up part-time. Get those credits. Stay in school as long as you need to.
Unbelievable.
Donald Trump, I don't think they realize we don't care. We don't care about credit scores.
This country sets us up for failure.
Like, do you have a heart?
You don't care what education means to this country? Whoever is making these...
Did you all catch that? One woman said, we don't care about credit score. What in the world are you going to buy with no credit and no money? Most people don't have $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 sitting around to buy a car. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 just sitting in the bank to pay cash for a house. You need credit basically for everything.
Decisions clearly does not care about American people.
But I keep posting about this all day because I went and logged into my federal loan account and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000.
Damn.
In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years, and that has almost doubled. You want to know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, this is somehow our fault, while cheering on banks and auto industries and Elon Musk getting subsidies of millions of dollars a day. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is rigged against us can get...
Now, this lady out here, she seemed to be pissed off. She's like, hey, the system was rigged and this, that, and the other. But my thing is, you should have read the fine print before you actually got started on this. Before you sign your name and promise, hey, I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to pay this money back. Look at what you're signing first. You don't sign it, get the money, then talk trash after you get it. Now, I do understand you're paying high interest rates or whatnot. It's almost like buying a car. Depending on what type of interest rate you got, you may end up paying 2, 3, 4 times the car over if you got bad credit before you even get it paid off. I understand that part. But my thing is, go in when you're asking for this money, make sure you're reading and understanding what you're getting. Most of these women, they were in school, they wasn't studying, whether they're going to pay it back or not.
I'm not even worried about student loans because I couldn't pay for my medications last week. In a perfect world, I would love to be able to pay my loans. I genuinely would love to be able to pay my loans comfortably with the money I make from one job and also pay my rent and also be able to afford groceries and medication.
Now, this woman right here, she seems to be a little bit more sensible than some of the others, the way she speaks and comes across and whatnot. But when you all sign that paperwork and say, I need this money by any means necessary, they didn't say it was going to be comfortable. They said, this is the money. This is the agreement, and this is when you're going to start paying it back. Nobody said anything about it being easy or comfortable.
Did you know that we're going to have to pay back
Oh,
our
Lord.
student loans now? Like, we were supposed to have them, we were supposed to have them forgiven, right? Okay, well, like, now we have to pay it back and they want to garnish our wages. Like, I don't even use the degree
What'd I tell you?
that I went to school for, and I don't have the money.
They're
to
not
pay
even
back.
using it.
I don't. Like, why do we have to pay it back?
Oh, my
God. Can't they just, like, push a button back there somewhere?
Ha!
And, like, why does, like, for real? Like, we have to pay it back? I'm not even in school anymore. Like, I know that I said I was gonna pay it back, and I know that I signed on a line.
This woman sounds like a big child. Sitting on the camera, set her camera up, and scrolls out a couple of crocodile tears to cry and talk about can't y'all push a button, and forgive it. After I done took all this money and used it, and definitely didn't get anything out of it because she just said she don't even use a degree. She's been out of school for years and, she's not using it. So basically it was all a waste of time. So she feels like,
hey, I was just a child. I didn't know no better. To believe that, you want to just push the button and make it go away.
well, life just doesn't work like that.
And I said I was gonna pay it back, but now I have to pay it back, or they're gonna take it out of my paycheck. Is this for real? Is this for real?
Since we talking about scams, let's talk about how much of a scam student loans are. They push this whole fucking agenda on us. Oh, go to college so you can get you a good job and use that good job to pay off these fucking student loans. As if that's the only way to make a decent living in America. When some of the most successful people have never stepped foot in a university before, have never stepped foot in a community college before. If I would have known the things I know now back then, I would have never went to college. I went just because I felt like that's what I was supposed to do.
I think a lot of people go because they feel that that's something that they're supposed to do. That's what I'm starting to think. A lot of them are ducking real life or whatnot. They don't want to go out and start working. So, and in all honesty, a lot of times they want to find something to do because they're upset because their life is not going the way that they thought it was going to go, or they didn't find the mate that they thought was rich or whatnot and would sit them down at an early age. So it's like they use college basically as a coping mechanism. And I don't know if you see this woman owe $47,697. That's a nice lick to take on from somebody that says she would potentially get with or whatnot that don't have any student loan debt.
Black men, but a lot of black men, I need you to go get educated. If you have a GED or you have your high school diploma, go enroll into a 2-year college. If you don't even have your GED, go.
Now don't listen to this woman now. She wants us to get in debt like them. Go out and get useless degrees that we can't make any money off of. I don't think, a lot of these women are in any type of position to tell a man to go out here and get into debt. I just don't think, they're not handling their own finances. So please don't take this, but let's hear what you got to say.
Finish out and go get that GED. If you already have some college, go finish out that associate's degree or finish out that bachelor's degree, but go to college. Go take out that damn loan and go get you a good education.
All I'm hearing this woman talk about black men need to go into debt. Because let's be real, that system is pretty much owned by, other races or whatnot. They set them up, they put them together how they want, and they hire who they want. That's just it. Then once it becomes a situation where the government was giving subsidies to companies, for hiring women or whatnot, that pretty much knocked most minority men right on out of the race or whatnot.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
And all these women owing tens of thousands, some of them hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt with no intention of working in the field or no intention of paying it back. Guys, you got to be careful who you're dealing with. If you decide to hook up, and especially if you decide to intermingle your finances or marry one of these women, first thing you need to do is run a credit report on them. You need it right there in your face. Don't let them go ahead and run it and then bring you something back. Y'all need to sit right there. You can go on Credit Karma and take a peek. And they'll let you know give you an idea, at least, if this person keeps their word, if they pay their bills on time. Because I'm telling you right now, we can talk all trash we want, but it all boils down to your word. If you don't have your word, you don't have anything. Now, I'm not saying, if you get sick, I know life happens. People get sick, hospital bills, things like that, that's life-threatening. I get it. But we're talking about self-inflicted wounds, going out having a whole lot of babies or, catching a charge on something stupid or whatever the case may be. And now you're in a situation where you still owe this money because the student loan debt doesn't seem to be going away. But you're in a situation where, hey, now I got to come up with this money and I ain't got no way to earn a living. And if I do get a job, it's not going to be enough for me to live and to pay these bills back. So now it's almost like going out and getting the education that you're not going to use. You're putting yourself in a perpetual state of being poor because you're going to be on the rabbit wheel probably 10, 20 years or maybe the rest of your life, depending on what situation is. Because the government's not playing anymore. They want their money back. They said, hey, you said that you wanted it. You told me that you would pay it back. You told me when you got through with school, you was going to go out here and get a job and start making payments. Now it's time to keep your word. But with that, let's wrap this thing up. And I'll see you at the next one.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy, and silently